Now, she said that women who dress provocatively and get drunk are to blame if they're attacked. Chrissie says she was forced to perform sexual acts when she was just 21, but she takes full responsibility. She says there's always a lot of controversy when people talk about any kind of sexual attack, particularly, Janet, if they say, you know, I kind of put myself in a position that I shouldn't have done, and everybody goes, oh, you can't say that. What do you make of her comments? Because, you know, everyone's jumped on this and there's kind of for and against camps immediately.
Well, Chrissie Hynde's my generation. We're both in our 60s. You know, we grew up in the 60s where we experimented with drugs and drink, and she was off her head on drugs. And so she was very, very vulnerable. And she thought that she could hold her own against a biker gang. Back in America. I'm not saying that those men weren't 100% to blame, but what bothers me about the reaction to Chrissie Hynde is that feminists now think there's one way to think, but all women must be allowed to have shades of opinion about a subject like this. The perpetrator of a sexual act is always in the wrong, 100%. I'm not excusing them in any way, shape or form. But if any women come along, as Judy Finnegan did on this show last year, and express an opinion that might be saying, well, hang on a minute, if a woman is drunk and is wearing highly provocative clothes, she is placing herself at risk. You're not even allowed to say that anymore. And I wrote in the Mail today about what I saw in Glasgow last year, which is on a Friday night, a woman completely drunk, lying in the gutter, unconscious, with her dress around her waist, being photographed by passers-by. Now, in that situation, was she not at risk?
I suppose she's put herself in danger, or she's in a vulnerable position. Obviously, what you know, anti-rape campaigners are saying, that doesn't give any men carte blanche to say, oh, look, there she is, lying there drunk, I'll take full advantage. I agree with you. What I don't like about this, to me, I read the Chrissie Hynde piece. This is her autobiography coming out, so this was extracts. It seemed to me a woman of a certain age reflecting on her life and saying there are certain things I did that I regret. At the time, I thought was really cool, and like you said, they were taking a lot of drugs. And I think, well, she's got every right to say what she likes about her life and how she felt. And if she felt that she wanted to take some responsibility for herself, I think she has every right to say that. And I'm not saying the perpetrators of any sexual attack, you know, shouldn't take any blame. The person who's been attacked shouldn't feel guilty, but they're allowed to feel guilty. We say, well, it wasn't your fault, but it's like you're not even allowed to say.
You feel so? I think she should absolutely be allowed to say it's her experience, it's her feelings. But I feel so sad for her that she feels guilt about that horrific attack.
Lots of victims do,
and
that
is what happens. I mean, you hear that time and time again.
But
it's part of the
Chrissie
process.
I mean, I've met her a few times. I don't think Chrissie now is beating herself up about it. It happened. She's a pragmatist. She's a super tough woman who rose to the top in the rock industry and has been successful for decade after decade. And I think she's just saying, this happened, I've got over it.
Yeah, because people say, oh, you shouldn't say that because it will mean other women won't come forward. And I go, well, Chrissie Hynde has never set herself up as any kind of role model, has she?
No, but I do think that... I totally think, as Nadia said, Chrissie has every right to say what she feels, but at the same time, we do have to look at these comments, and they can be dangerous, because what they do is they give predatory men justification for their sick behaviour, and actually, the woman is never to blame. It's like... that money there, they could leave it completely open. It's my choice whether or not I actually decide to steal it. It's not right. And I do think that when we look at this stuff, it's just a slippery slope when we start saying women are to blame for being attacked.
And also, the thing is,
but she didn't say that to blame, did she? This is what I don't like, this kind of mob mentality of social media. They're going, she's saying that, you know, women are to blame if they get raped. She's not. She didn't really say that. She's just talking about her own personal experience.
But she's saying she's taking responsibility, and yes, maybe she acted not in the smartest way, but I don't think she can in any way take responsibility for being
if you're lying drunk naked
Nobody has the right to come anywhere near.
I agree, but would you not say to your daughters...
We're saying men are like wild animals, you know, that can't control themselves
and don't know the difference between right and wrong.
And I just think it's a very tiny proportion of men. It's a very, very tiny proportion of men. And I don't like this idea that we have to be fearful at all times and consider all men potential rapists. So
but would you, as a mother of daughters, when they start going out and alone and things, surely you're going to say to them, look, be careful. Don't get completely drunk and, you know, where you don't know who you're with or you don't know how you're getting home.
But the question is, if, God forbid, one of them didn't and got themselves into a vulnerable situation and was attacked, I would not blame them for
I agree.
moment.
I agree, but it's almost now like you're not allowed to say, Janet, be careful out there, boys and girls.
I know that even discussing this on the show will lead to outrage on Twitter because that's the way it is now. There's everything's in black or white with no shades of opinion in the middle, and that's sad.
And I think it is a subject we need to discuss and opinions need to be aired and so that victims know that they can come out and however they feel about it and talk about it. I'm sure Janet's right. Twitter will be going mad at the moment.
It was just so boring and music and money and the girls. It was like so boring.
Right, Mickey, off camera though, did you get on?